Launch struck by fried ship sinks in Shitalokha, 5 bodies recovered, 20 missing. Revoking U.S. sanctions on Rabba complex issue, says visiting U.S. official Nuland. Ukraine says Russian bombs Mariupol, school sheltering over 400 people. Assalamu alaikum. This is Nusrat Islam welcoming you all to Evening News. You have just heard the headlines. Now let's move on to the details. At least 5 people drowned and over a dozen passengers went missing as a launch capsized after being hit by a cargo ship in the Shitalokha River in Narayanganj in the afternoon. The launch was carrying around 50 passengers from Narayanganj to Munshiganj. A video of the accident shows cargo ship MV Rupshi ran over the launch. As the horror unfolded on the river, passengers from another launch captured the terrifying moments on their mobile phones. The ship is seen bearing down on the side of the launch with great force as onlookers scream out in dismay. The launch turns for a moment, throwing off some passengers while others leap off in hopes of swimming to safety. The launch then seems to collapse, sinking into the water as the ship runs relentlessly over it. Around 15 people swam ashore soon after the incident. The fire service, river police, BIWTA and Coast Guard continue rescue operations in the area. Though many managed to swim to shore, the officials still fear casualties. Visiting U.S. Undersecretary for Political Affairs, Victoria Nuland, has said the revocation of U.S. imposed sanctions on Bangladesh's RAB is a complex issue. However, all sorts of initiatives to resolve the matter would continue, she said while speaking at a press conference after attending the 8th U.S.-Bangladesh Partnership Dialogue at the State Guest House Podda in the afternoon. Victoria Nuland also noted that there have been signs of progress in terms of extrajudicial killings in Bangladesh during the period of the last 3 months. Meanwhile, at a press conference, Foreign Secretary Masood bin Momen said Dhaka has expressed deep concern over the ban on RAB at the dialogue.
The RAB has performed and about extrajudicial killings, about disappearances. That said, we have seen progress in the last 3 months with regard to remediating these things. The government has zero tolerance for such things, that you are working on accountability, you are working on justice. We received a paper today with some of the government's plans, and we look forward to working together on these things because our security and counterterrorism cooperation is so important.
This particular partnership dialogue is indeed acting as a triggering device for further discussions in upcoming sectoral dialogues. I am sure we would be able to take stock of the sectoral progresses in the 9th partnership dialogue next year. Finally, I would say, and in fact this is what we have told to our US colleagues today, that Bangladesh has high expectations from the Biden administration.
BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir has alleged that a hybrid regime-style electoral system has been established in Bangladesh. He came up with the allegations while addressing a discussion today, remembering the memory of the party's former Secretary General K.M. Obaidur Rahman. The BNP leader said autocratic rule continues in the country in the guise of democracy. The current regime has destroyed the country's electoral system to hold its grip for power, added Fakhrul. He also said the government has deprived critically ill Begum Khaleda Zia from her basic rights to take advanced medical treatment abroad.
পরিকল্পিতভাবে একটা একদলীয় শাসন ব্যবস্থা ভিন্ন মোড়কে গণতন্ত্রের একটা লেবাস লাগিয়ে দিয়ে তার সাথে প্রতিষ্ঠা করতে চলেছে। নির্বাচনের কথা বলেছেন, নির্বাচনও করে তারা, সেই নির্বাচনটাকে বলা হচ্ছে এখন যে আপনার হাইব্রিড রেজিমের ক্ষমতায় থাকার নির্বাচন, অর্থাৎ তারা নির্বাচনও করবে, আবার দেখা যাবে যে জনগণ সেই ভোটাধিকার থেকে বঞ্চিত হবে, কিন্তু তারা পার হয়ে যাবে। যদি আমরা মানুষকে জাগিয়ে তুলতে পারি, এই লড়াই তখনই সফল হবে জাগিয়ে তুলে রাস্তায় নিয়ে এসে এই ভয়াবহ স্বৈরাচারী সরকারের বিরুদ্ধে একটা গণ অভ্যুত্থান।
Former President Justice Shahabuddin Ahmed has been laid to eternal rest at Dhaka's Bonani graveyard. He was buried at around 12:15 p.m. His body was taken to the graveyard after his second namaz-e-janaza at the National Eidgah ground. Chief Justice Hassan Foye Siddiqui, judges, former colleagues, lawyers, political leaders, Justice Shahabuddin's family members and people from all walks of life attended the janaza to pay their last tribute. All judicial functions of the appellate and High Court divisions were suspended for today in the honor of Justice Shahabuddin. The 92-year-old breathed his last on Saturday. The recent price hike of essentials has dealt a critical blow to the poor and the middle-income people of the country who are still reeling from the COVID-induced economic stagnation. Prices of almost all essential commodities have gone up, making it very difficult for the general people to meet their daily needs. The soaring prices of essentials such as edible oil, rice, lentil, onion and vegetables has forced many to rush to the open market sale (OMS) conducted by Trading Corporation of Bangladesh Trucks to buy the commodities at lower prices. A person can buy a maximum of 2 kg of sugar at Taka 110, 2 liters of soybean oil at Taka 220, 5 kg onion at Taka 150, 2 kg of pulses at Taka 130. Bangladesh is set to launch its largest power plant with a capacity of 1,320 megawatts beside Potuakhali's Paira River. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina will inaugurate the coal-fired plant in the southern district tomorrow. The Premier, who had been conducting office from her official residence for the last 2 years, will inaugurate the plant in person. Bangladesh China Power Company built the power plant on 900 acres of land at Dhankhali Union of Kolapara Upazila in Potuakhali. International news. An art school in Mariupol, where about 400 people were sheltering, was attacked, the city council said. Officials said the building has been destroyed and people could be trapped under the rubble. Ukraine's president said Russia's attacks on the southern part city of Mariupol will be remembered for centuries. Zelensky alleges that Russia committed war crimes in the city, where heavy fighting has now reached the center. It comes as officials there allege thousands of residents have been forcibly taken to Russian cities. Russia claims it used Kinzhal hypersonic missiles for the first time in Ukraine. More than 3.3 million people have fled the conflict. The United Nations maintains nearly 900 civilians killed in Ukraine. Now sports, cricket. Visiting Bangladesh has set 195-run target against host South Africa in their second one-day international at Johannesburg. Tigers captain Tamim won the toss and elected to bat first, but the batters were struggling against Proteas pacers. Tamim Iqbal and Shakib Al Hassan got out within 5 overs. Later, Liton Das, Yasir Ali and Mushfiqur Rahim and Mohammedullah also got out. Then Afif Hussain and Mehdi Hassan Miraz formed partnership to give Tigers a good total. Bangladesh are leading the series 1-0, having won the first game. The tourists with the win broke their 20-year-long wait to register first victory in the bilateral series in South Africa and have also now won ODIs in every country they have played in. Before ending, let's have a look on the headlines once again. Launch trapped by flagship sinks in Shitalaka, 5 bodies recovered, 20 missing. Revoking U.S. sanctions on Raba complex issue, says visiting U.S. official Nuland. Ukraine says Russian bombs Mariupol, school sheltering over 400 people. And that's all from the newsroom for now. To know updates, videos of this bulletin, visit our website www.ntvbd.com. Besides, visit our YouTube and verified Facebook page for updates over NTV's all popular programs and bulletins. Our next bulletin, Shondar Khobor, will be aired in Bangla at 7:30 p.m. Thank you for being with us. Have a good time.